Begin your Dutch journey in the vibrant heart of the Netherlands, where history, art, and culture intertwine along winding waterways and cobblestone streets. Amsterdam, a city defined by its iconic canal rings, invites you to step into a living masterpiece. These concentric waterways, awarded UNESCO World Heritage status, form the backbone of Amsterdam's urban landscape, curving gracefully through neighborhoods steeped in centuries of history. Each bridge offers a new perspective. Each canal-side house tells a story. Narrow, gabled facades reflect in the water, recalling the city's golden age when merchants, artists, and philosophers converged in this bustling port. As morning light dances across the water, make your way to the Rijksmuseum, a treasure trove of Dutch art and heritage. Here, the soul of the Netherlands is captured on canvas. Marvel at Rembrandt's The Night Watch, where shadow and light reveal the drama of civic duty, and lose yourself in the quiet intimacy of Vermeer's The Milkmaid. Each gallery reveals new wonders, ornate Delftware, intricate ship models, and artifacts that speak to the Netherlands' storied past as a seafaring nation. Just a short stroll away, the Van Gogh Museum beckons with the swirling colors and emotional depth of Vincent van Gogh's paintings. Step into the artist's world, tracing his evolution from the dark, earthy tones of his early Dutch years to the luminous brilliance of his time in France. Stand before the iconic sunflowers and feel the intensity of Van Gogh's gaze, his quest to capture beauty and meaning on every canvas. The museum is more than a collection. It is a journey through the mind and heart of one of history's most beloved artists. No visit to Amsterdam would be complete without a pause at the Anne Frank House. Tucked along the Prinsengracht Canal, this modest building holds the poignant story of a young girl whose diary became a symbol of hope and resilience. Walk in silence through the secret annex, its rooms unchanged since the war, and reflect on the enduring power of courage and memory. Leave the crowds behind and meander into the Jordaan district, where creativity flourishes. Once a working-class neighborhood, the Jordaan is now a haven for artists, musicians, and dreamers. Art galleries line the leafy streets, while cozy cafés serve up rich Dutch coffee and stroopwafels. Boutiques showcase local designers, and markets burst with flowers, cheese, and antiques. It is a place to linger, to soak in the rhythms of daily life, and to discover the Netherlands' passion for art and innovation. From Amsterdam, set your sights south to Rotterdam, a city reborn from the ashes of war. Unlike Amsterdam's historic charm, Rotterdam dazzles with its spirit of reinvention. Here, modern architecture takes center stage, bold and unapologetic. The cube houses, designed by architect Piet Blom, tilt and turn above the street, each one a geometric puzzle in yellow and gray. Venture inside to experience the playful, unconventional spaces that challenge the very idea of home. Continue to the banks of the Nieuwe Maas River, where the Erasmus Bridge stretches like a graceful swan across the water. Its white pylon soars skyward, symbolizing Rotterdam's connection to the world and its embrace of the future. Beneath its arches, ships glide past gleaming skyscrapers, and the city pulses with energy. Nearby, the Markthal stands as a testament to Rotterdam's creativity, a sweeping horseshoe of glass and steel, sheltering a vibrant market below. Look up to see the colossal mural Horn of Plenty, a riot of color depicting fruits, flowers, and fish arching overhead. Here, food is art, and the market stalls tempt with Dutch cheeses, fresh seafood, Turkish pastries, and Indonesian spices, echoing the diversity of the city itself. Next, journey to The Hague, a city where power and peace converge along elegant boulevards. As the seat of the Dutch government and home to the International Court of Justice, The Hague is a place where history is written and global justice is pursued. The Binnenhof, a medieval castle complex at the city's heart, has witnessed centuries of political intrigue. Step through its gates to explore the Ridderzaal, where the Dutch monarch addresses Parliament, and sense the weight of decisions that have shaped a nation. A short walk away stands the Peace Palace, a symbol of the Netherlands' commitment to diplomacy. Its red brick towers and manicured gardens evoke a sense of hope, housing the world's highest court and a library dedicated to the study of peace. The Hague's international character is reflected in its diverse population and cosmopolitan atmosphere. Yet even in this city of statesmen and scholars, the sea is never far away. Just beyond the city center lies Scheveningen Beach, where the North Sea meets golden sands. Stroll along the lively promenade, feel the salty breeze, and watch as kite surfers ride the waves. Here, city life gives way to seaside relaxation, proving that the Dutch talent for balance extends from the corridors of power to the simple joys of the coast. Travel inland to Utrecht, a city where medieval charm and youthful energy collide. Utrecht's canals are unlike any other, built with split-level wharves that once served as warehouses for merchants, now transformed into lively cafés and terraces at water's edge. Wander through the historic center, where bicycles outnumber cars and students fill the air with laughter. Utrecht University, one of the oldest in the country, infuses the city with intellectual vitality and creative spirit. Climb the Dom Tower, the tallest church tower in the Netherlands, and let your gaze sweep across rooftops and steeples to the green horizon beyond. Each step upward is a journey through time, from the medieval foundations to the bells that ring out over the city. At the summit, pause to reflect on Utrecht's enduring role as a crossroads of culture and commerce. Venture further to Leiden, a city steeped in history and tradition, where narrow canals wind past ancient almshouses and stately mansions. This is the birthplace of Rembrandt, whose genius was shaped among these streets. Walk in the young artist's footsteps, from his family's home to the studios where he first picked up a brush. Leiden's charm lies not only in its artistic heritage, but in its academic legacy. Leiden University, founded in 1575, is the oldest in the Netherlands and has nurtured generations of thinkers, scientists, and leaders. Explore the university's botanical garden, one of Europe's oldest. Here, rare plants bloom in carefully tended beds, a living laboratory where botanists have studied the natural world for centuries. Stroll among the greenhouses and flower beds and imagine the scholars who once gathered here to share discoveries that would change the world. As you reflect on this journey through the Netherlands, the threads of old and new are woven tightly together. In Amsterdam, history whispers from every brick, yet the city pulses with youthful creativity. Rotterdam's skyline is a bold experiment, rising defiantly from the past to embrace the future. The Hague balances the solemnity of governance with the serenity of the sea, while Utrecht and Leiden remind us that learning and beauty endure across generations. The Netherlands is a nation defined by contrasts and connections, a place where windmills and skyscrapers stand side by side, where centuries-old canals support the flow of modern life, where the pursuit of art, knowledge, and justice shapes every city and every heart. This is a land that honors its traditions while daring to dream anew, inviting all who visit to find inspiration in its timeless landscape and ever-evolving spirit. Through iconic cities and architectural marvels, the Dutch journey is one of discovery, resilience, and renewal. The legacy of merchants, artists, and visionaries is alive in every museum, every marketplace, every stone and spire. And as the sun sets over a canal, casting golden light on water and stone, you realize that the true marvel of the Netherlands lies not only in its monuments and masterpieces, but in the way it continues to blend the best of yesterday and tomorrow, creating a world that is both grounded in history and reaching boldly toward the future. Rising from the misty morning landscape, the windmills of Kinderdijk stand as silent sentinels, their sails gently turning in the breeze. This remarkable site, recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Treasure, tells the story of how the Dutch have learned to coexist with water in a nation where much of the land lies below sea level. For centuries, these windmills have been essential in draining the marshy lowlands, channeling excess water into rivers and canals. Their sturdy wooden frames, built in the 18th century, harnessed the relentless North Sea winds, powering mechanisms that pumped water away from fields and villages, ensuring that the Dutch could reclaim and protect their precious land from the ever-present threat of flooding. Today, Kinderdijk is more than a picturesque landscape. It is a living monument to ingenuity and resilience, where history and engineering meet in perfect harmony. Traveling north, the journey leads to Zaanse Schans, a living museum nestled along the banks of the Zaan River. Here, time seems to slow, and the air carries the scent of wood shavings and fresh bread. Authentic windmills are alive with activity, their sails creaking as they grind spices, saw timber, and press oil just as they did centuries ago. The village is dotted with charming green-painted houses and bustling craft shops, where artisans demonstrate traditional skills passed down through generations. Step inside a cheesemaker's workshop and discover the art of Dutch cheesemaking, where wheels of creamy Gouda and Edam are carefully crafted and aged to perfection. Nearby, the rhythmic pounding of wooden clogs resounds as skilled hands carve, shape, and paint these iconic Dutch shoes. Each pair is a testament to a rural way of life, practical yet enduringly stylish, and the pride of many a local farmer. Zaanse Schans is more than a collection of buildings. It is a vibrant celebration of heritage, craftsmanship, and the enduring spirit of the Dutch people. As spring breathes new life into the countryside, the world-famous Keukenhof Gardens erupt into a dazzling display of color. Often called the Garden of Europe, Keukenhof is an ephemeral wonder, open to visitors for just a few weeks each year. Here, 7 million blooming tulips, hyacinths, and daffodils paint the landscape in stripes and swirls of vivid hues, crimson, gold, violet, and pink. Carefully curated flower beds, artful arrangements, and serene ponds invite visitors to wander and marvel at nature's artistry. The fragrance of blossoms fills the air, and the gentle hum of bees is a constant companion. Keukenhof is a celebration of spring, a place where the beauty of the Dutch horticultural tradition comes alive in all its glory. Beyond the gates of Keukenhof, the tulip fields of Lisse and the distant Noordoostpolder stretch to the horizon in a patchwork quilt of color. In these regions, rows upon rows of tulips unfurl under the wide Dutch sky, their neat lines interrupted only by the occasional farmhouse or windmill. This is the beating heart of the Netherlands' flower industry, where bulbs are planted with precision and harvested by hand. Visitors can stroll or cycle along country lanes, stopping to admire the endless fields and capture the perfect photograph. The tulip, once the subject of wild speculation and economic frenzy during the tulip mania of the 17th century, remains a symbol of the nation's love for beauty and innovation. Each spring, the fields draw visitors from around the world who come to experience firsthand the spectacle that has made the Netherlands famous. A short journey brings you to Aalsmeer, home to the world's largest flower auction. Here, in a cavernous hall buzzing with activity, millions of blooms change hands each day in a ballet of commerce and logistics. Buyers from across the globe bid on fresh-cut flowers, their purchases destined for markets from Tokyo to New York. The scale of the operation is staggering. Conveyor belts laden with roses, lilies, and of course tulips snake through the building, while digital screens track the frenzied pace of the auction. The air is charged with energy, and the sheer volume of flowers is a testament to Dutch mastery of both agriculture and trade. Aalsmeer is a place where tradition meets technology, and where the fleeting beauty of flowers becomes a global enterprise. Leaving the bustle of the flower market behind, the landscape transforms into the serene expanse of the Hoge Veluwe National Park. Spanning nearly 22,000 acres, this protected reserve is a study in natural contrasts. Vast heathlands carpeted with purple heather, shifting sand dunes sculpted by the wind, and dense forests alive with the calls of birds and deer. The park is a haven for wildlife, where red deer, wild boar, and foxes roam freely beneath ancient oaks and beech trees. The air here is crisp and clean, and the rhythm of nature prevails. Visitors can explore the park's network of cycling paths, over 40 kilometers of trails that meander through ever-changing scenery, inviting quiet contemplation and a sense of wonder. Nestled within the heart of the park lies the Kröller-Müller Museum, a cultural gem that houses one of the world's finest collections of Van Gogh paintings. The museum's light-filled galleries display masterpieces by Van Gogh, as well as works by Monet, Picasso, and Mondrian. Outside, a sprawling sculpture garden invites visitors to wander among modern art installations set against a backdrop of woodland and meadow. The Kröller-Müller is a place where art and nature exist in perfect harmony, each enhancing the other's beauty and meaning. The Hoogveluwe is more than just a park. It is an invitation to slow down and reconnect with the natural world. White bicycles, free for visitors to use, offer a gentle way to explore the landscape, gliding past tranquil ponds and sun-dappled clearings. Along the way, you may encounter a herd of grazing deer, a flash of a kingfisher's wing, or the sudden silence that falls as dusk approaches. The park is a sanctuary, both for wildlife and for the soul. Continuing north, the journey reaches the edge of the Wadden Sea, another UNESCO World Heritage Site, and one of Europe's last great tidal ecosystems. Here, where the land meets the North Sea, the rhythm of the tides shapes a unique landscape of mudflats, salt marshes, and barrier islands. Twice each day, the sea retreats, exposing vast mudflats teeming with life, worms, shellfish, and countless invertebrates that provide a feast for migratory birds. The Wadden Sea is a vital stopover for millions of birds traveling between the Arctic and Africa, making it a paradise for birdwatchers. One of the most unusual ways to experience the Wadden Sea is through mudflat hiking, or wadlopen. Guided walks take intrepid explorers across the exposed seabed at low tide, navigating slippery mud and shallow channels. It is a challenging but unforgettable adventure, offering a close-up view of an ecosystem in constant motion. The salty air, the cries of gulls, and the endless sky above create a sense of vastness and freedom. The nearby island of Texel beckons with wide sandy beaches, rolling dunes, and protected nature reserves. Texel is the largest of the Dutch Wadden Islands and a favorite destination for those seeking peace and natural beauty. Here, seals bask on sandbanks and rare birds nest among the reeds. The island's quiet villages, with their thatched cottages and quaint harbors, offer a glimpse into a simpler way of life. Cycling trails wind through fields of wildflowers and along the coast, inviting exploration at a leisurely pace. Heading south and inland, the rivers and waterways converge at Biesbosch National Park, a watery maze of creeks, willow forests, and marshes. This unique freshwater delta, formed by centuries of flooding and engineering, is a haven for wildlife and a paradise for boaters. Glide silently in an electric boat or paddle a kayak through tranquil channels, where kingfishers dart among willow branches and herons stalk the shallows. In the Biesbosch, water and land intermingle, creating a shifting landscape that is never quite the same from one day to the next. No exploration of the Dutch landscape would be complete without understanding the monumental efforts undertaken to protect this low-lying country from the sea. The Delta Works, an awe-inspiring system of dams, sluices, locks, and storm surge barriers, represent the pinnacle of Dutch water engineering. Built in response to the devastating North Sea flood of 1953, the Delta Works safeguard the southwestern provinces from future disasters. The crowning achievement is the Oosterskeldekkering, a massive storm surge barrier that can be closed during extreme weather, holding back the sea while allowing tidal movement to preserve the delicate estuarine ecosystem. Traveling north to the Afsluitdijk, another marvel of human ingenuity comes into view. This 32-kilometer-long causeway separates the North Sea from the IJsselmeer, transforming a once dangerous inland sea into a vast freshwater lake. The Afsluitdijk not only protects the heart of the Netherlands from flooding, but also serves as a vital transportation link and a symbol of the nation's determination to tame the forces of nature. Everywhere you look, the Dutch mastery over water is evident. In the straight lines of canals, the precision of dikes, and the quiet confidence of pumping stations that work day and night. It is a story of constant vigilance and adaptation, of living with water rather than fighting against it. Through centuries of trial and innovation, the Netherlands has become a world leader in water management, sharing its expertise with nations facing rising seas and changing climates. As the sun sets over the windmills and waterways, a sense of harmony prevails, a delicate balance between man and nature, tradition, and progress. The landscapes of the Netherlands are not merely beautiful. They are the product of a deep respect for the land and a relentless pursuit of solutions. From the sweeping tulip fields and historic windmills to the wild coasts and engineered barriers, every corner of the country tells a story of resilience, creativity, and hope. In this interplay of art and engineering, of gardens and wild spaces, the Dutch have created a landscape that is both cultivated and wild, both ancient and modern. It is a place where the wind carries the scent of flowers, where bicycles glide along dikes, and where the sea is held at bay by the ingenuity of humankind. To travel through these natural wonders is to witness a living dialogue between people and their environment. A dialogue that continues to shape the Netherlands, inspiring all who visit to cherish and protect the fragile beauty of our world. In the heart of the Netherlands, where time seems to slow and history lingers in every brick and canal, a collection of fairy tale towns and hidden cultural gems awaits the curious traveler. This journey begins in the enchanting village of Githorn, often called the Venice of the North. Here, the pace of life is set by the gentle glide of boats, as there are no roads in the village center. Instead, canals wind gracefully between rows of thatched roof cottages, each with its own manicured garden and arched wooden bridge. The only sounds are the soft lap of water against the hull and the occasional call of a waterfowl as you slip quietly beneath low stone bridges and past windowsills brimming with flowers. Along the banks, locals tend to their gardens or wave a warm greeting from their front doors, their homes appearing to float atop the emerald green water. As you continue onward, the road leads to Volendam, a fishing village perched on the edge of the IJsselmeer. Here, tradition is woven into the very fabric of daily life. Along the lively harbor, fishing boats bob gently in the water, their brightly painted hulls reflecting in the sunlight. The scent of the sea mingles with that of freshly smoked eel and fried fish from the market stalls. Locals still don their traditional costumes, with women in high-laced bonnets and men in baggy trousers, preserving a way of life that has endured for centuries. A stroll along the harbor offers not only a feast for the senses, but also a taste of local delicacies, particularly the famed Dutch herring. Adventurous visitors savor it the traditional way, held by the tail, dipped in onions, and eaten whole in a single briny bite. Just a stone's throw away lies Edam, a town whose very name is synonymous with cheese. Here, the cobbled streets and sleepy canals are overshadowed only by the bustling cheese market, a tradition dating back to the 16th century. On market days, wheels of golden cheese are stacked high on wooden carts, while traders, dressed in white and donning straw hats, haggle over prices with a theatrical flair. The air is rich with the scent of aging cheese, and visitors can sample the creamy, nutty flavors that have made Edam famous worldwide. Beyond the market square, slender houses lean over quiet waterways, and flower-laden bridges invite you to linger in this picture-perfect Dutch town. From Edam, the journey winds south to Delft, a city that shimmers with the blue and white hues of its world-renowned porcelain. Delft's charm lies in its delicate balance of past and present, where historic churches tower over bustling markets, and the legacy of the master painter Johannes Vermeer is felt in every shaft of light that falls across the cobblestones. The Royal Delft Pottery Factory, established in the 17th century, is a living testament to the city's artistic heritage. Here, skilled artisans transform raw clay into exquisite hand-painted ceramics, their brushes dancing across plates and vases to create intricate floral patterns and delicate scenes. The process is slow and meticulous, each piece a unique work of art. As you leave Delft, the scent of cheese beckons once more, this time in Gouda. Famed for its eponymous cheese, Gouda is also a treasure trove of Gothic architecture. The town's centerpiece is the soaring St. John's Church, renowned for its stunning stained glass windows that bathe the interior in a kaleidoscope of colors. In the lively market square, the 15th century town hall stands as a testament to Gouda's medieval past, its ornate facade overlooking the weekly cheese market where farmers and traders gather as they have for centuries. Narrow streets lined with boutiques, cafés, and bakeries invite exploration, offering the perfect respite and a chance to sample another slice of creamy golden Gouda. A short train ride away lies Haarlem, a city that whispers secrets of the Dutch Golden Age. Its medieval streets, lined with gabled houses and cozy cafes, radiate from the Grand Grote Markt Square, where the imposing St. Bavo's Church stands sentinel. Haarlem's artistic soul is most vividly expressed in the Frans Hals Museum, dedicated to one of the Netherlands' greatest painters. Inside, the brushstrokes of Hals and his contemporaries bring to life scenes of everyday Dutch life from centuries past. Mirthful banquets, lively markets, and tranquil domestic moments. The museum's galleries are a window into a world where art and history intertwine, and where the spirit of creativity endures. Venturing off the well-trodden path, the medieval city of Amersfoort emerges as a lesser-known gem. Encircled by ancient ramparts and moats, Amersfoort's old town is a labyrinth of narrow alleyways, hidden courtyards, and stone archways. The city's iconic Koppelpoort, a fortified medieval gate spanning the river, stands as a reminder of Amersfoort's strategic importance in centuries past. Here, bustling markets fill the main square with color and sound, while art galleries and artisan workshops line the winding streets. Every corner seems to tell a story, from the centuries-old houses to the intricate carvings on hidden doorways. Far to the south, where the Netherlands meets Belgium, the city of Maastricht unfolds. With its Roman roots and cosmopolitan flair, Maastricht feels distinct from the rest of the country. Roman ruins and ancient churches mingle with chic boutiques and lively cafes, creating a vibrant blend of old and new. The Vrijthof Square bustles with life, framed by grand churches and elegant townhouses. Roman walls and underground labyrinths remind visitors of Maastricht's storied past, while the city's position at the crossroads of Europe is reflected in its diverse cuisine and multicultural atmosphere. Nearby, the town of Valkenburg invites exploration of its castle ruins and mysterious limestone caves. The ruins, perched atop a hill, offer sweeping views of the lush Limburg countryside, while the caves beneath the town hold a labyrinth of tunnels carved out over centuries. Once used as quarries, the caves have served as shelters, chapels, and even hideouts during times of war. Today, they are adorned with intricate carvings and murals, their cool, echoing chambers a stark contrast to the sunlit streets above. Exploring Valkenburg's underground world is like stepping back in time, where every twist and turn reveals another secret from the past. In stark contrast to these bustling towns lies the village of Thorn, known as the White Village. Almost every building here is painted a brilliant white, giving the village an ethereal, otherworldly appearance. Once the seat of a tiny principality ruled by abbacies, Thorn's peaceful streets are lined with elegant former convents and stately homes. The silence is broken only by the gentle toll of the church bell and the soft footsteps of visitors wandering the cobbled lanes. Here, history feels close and tangible, yet the atmosphere is one of tranquility and timelessness. The journey continues to Deventer, one of the oldest cities in the Netherlands. Founded over 1,000 years ago on the banks of the Ijssel River, Deventer has long been a center of commerce and culture. Its historic center is a maze of winding streets, lined with medieval warehouses, merchant houses, and cozy cafes. The imposing Lebuinus Church dominates the skyline, its tower offering panoramic views of the city and river below. Deventer's vibrant cultural life is evident in its festivals, markets, and bookshops, making it a haven for those who delight in history and the written word. A short distance away, The city of Zwolle emerges as a culinary destination, its medieval heart encircled by a star-shaped moat. Zwolle's lively streets are home to inviting cafés, gourmet boutiques, and a food scene celebrated far beyond the city limits. Here, Michelin-starred restaurants serve up inventive takes on Dutch classics, blending tradition with modern flair. Historic buildings house boutiques and art galleries, while the city's green parks and quiet canals provide a peaceful escape from the bustle of daily life. Each of these towns, whether famous or hidden, shares a spirit of authenticity and a deep connection to the Netherlands' rich cultural heritage. They invite visitors not only to admire their beauty, but to experience the rhythms of daily life, to savor a slice of cheese in a sunlit square, to glide silently along a canal beneath ancient bridges, to wander cobbled streets where centuries of history are etched in stone. Beyond the well-known attractions and bustling cities, these fairy tale towns and hidden cultural gems offer a glimpse into a different side of the Netherlands. Here, the past is ever present, not as a distant memory, but as a living, breathing part of the landscape. Each village, each street, each market square tells its own story of resilience, creativity, and the quiet beauty that can be found far from the tourist crowds. The Netherlands is a country of contrasts, where windmills and tulip fields give way to medieval castles and vibrant city squares. Yet it is in these smaller towns and hidden corners that the true magic of Dutch life reveals itself. It is in the laughter of children playing along a canal, the aroma of fresh bread in a village bakery, the intricate patterns of sunlight on a centuries-old church floor. It is in the gentle rhythm of daily rituals, cheese markets, boat rides, festivals, that connect the present to the past and create a sense of timelessness. To explore these towns is to step into a living fairy tale, where every turn brings a new discovery and every moment is infused with wonder. Whether you are drawn to the artistry of Delft's porcelain, the culinary delights of Gouda and Zwolle, the medieval splendor of Amersfoort and Deventer, or the tranquil beauty of Giethoorn and Thorn, each destination offers its own unique charm and a warm welcome to those willing to venture beyond the beaten path. So let curiosity be your guide, and set out to uncover the hidden treasures of the Netherlands. Glide along the waterways of Giethoorn, savor the flavors of Edam and Volendam, marvel at the artistry of Delft and Haarlem, and lose yourself in the history and beauty of Maastricht, Valkenburg, Thorn, Deventer, and Zwolle. These are places where stories are written in stone, water, and sky, waiting to be discovered by those who seek the extraordinary in the everyday. In the end, it is these hidden towns and cultural gems that capture the spirit of the Netherlands. They remind us that adventure is not just about seeing new places, but about experiencing new ways of life, connecting with people, and finding beauty in the unexpected. Step off the tourist trail and let the fairy tale towns of the Netherlands inspire your own story, one filled with discovery, delight, and the timeless charm of a land where history and imagination walk hand in hand. The Netherlands is a country where the bicycle is not just a means of transportation, it's a way of life. Here, there are more bikes than people, and cycling is woven into the very fabric of Dutch culture. From the moment the sun rises over the flat, open landscape, cyclists of all ages set out on their daily journeys. City centers like Amsterdam and Utrecht are alive with the gentle hum of spinning wheels, and the countryside is crisscrossed with scenic bike paths, inviting riders to explore endless fields of tulips, quaint villages, and vast stretches of windmill-dotted horizons. The Dutch have perfected the art of cycling, creating an extensive network of bike lanes, bridges, and even dedicated traffic lights just for cyclists. It's no exaggeration to say that every Dutch child grows up pedaling to school, to sports, and to friends' houses, rain or shine. This love for cycling not only promotes health and sustainability, but also brings communities together, fostering a sense of freedom and connection that defines everyday life in the Netherlands. Beyond the handlebars and cobblestone streets lies a society renowned for its values of tolerance, openness, and liberalism. These principles have shaped Dutch society for centuries, making it one of the most progressive and inclusive countries in the world. Here, people are encouraged to express themselves openly, to respect diversity, and to find common ground in the face of differences. Dutch tolerance is more than a buzzword, it's a lived reality. Whether it's the freedom to love who you choose, to dress as you please, or to voice your opinions without fear, the Dutch have created a society that strives for equality and acceptance. This spirit of openness is reflected in the vibrant neighborhoods, multicultural festivals, and the everyday interactions between people from all walks of life. One of the most captivating displays of Dutch unity and joy is King's Day, a national celebration held each April in honor of the reigning monarch's birthday. On this day, the entire country is awash in orange, the color of the royal family. Streets, canals, and squares turn into massive open-air parties, with music, food, and laughter filling the air. People don orange wigs, hats, and shirts, and participate in street markets, games, and parades. Boats jam the canals of Amsterdam, their passengers dancing and waving the Dutch flag, while children sell toys and homemade treats on checkered blankets. King's Day is more than a party. It's a symbol of national pride and togetherness, a day when the Dutch celebrate both their history and their vibrant present. As December approaches, another beloved tradition takes center stage: Sinterklaas. This uniquely Dutch version of Christmas begins when Sinterklaas, a stately figure dressed in red robes, arrives from Spain by boat. Accompanied by his helpers, he parades through towns and cities, handing out sweets and gifts to children. The weeks leading up to December 5th are filled with excitement, as children leave their shoes out in hopes of finding small presents and sing festive songs. Sinterklaas brings with him not just gifts, but a sense of magic and anticipation that lights up the darkest days of winter. It's a time when families gather, stories are told, and the warmth of tradition fills every home. Underlying these festive occasions is the Dutch polder model, a unique system of consensus and cooperation that has helped shape the nation's identity. Named after the reclaimed land known as polders, this model emphasizes dialogue, compromise, and shared decision-making. Whether in politics, business, or community life, the Dutch believe in working together to find solutions that benefit everyone. This approach to governance has fostered a culture of pragmatism, resilience, and mutual respect. It's a reflection of the Dutch belief that, in a country where land and water have always been delicately balanced, only through cooperation can people thrive. Step inside a Dutch home and you'll notice an unmistakable sense of style, one that values simplicity, functionality, and beauty. The Dutch have a deep appreciation for design and minimalism, evident in everything from sleek modern furniture to carefully arranged windowsills. Homes are often filled with natural light, uncluttered spaces, and clever storage solutions. Every detail, from the choice of textiles to the placement of a single flower in a vase, reflects a thoughtful approach to living. This design sensibility extends beyond the home, influencing architecture, public spaces, and even the design of bicycles themselves. The result is a harmonious blend of form and function, where aesthetics and practicality go hand in hand. But perhaps nowhere is Dutch ingenuity more apparent than in their ongoing battle with water. Much of the country lies below sea level, and for centuries the Dutch have been pioneers in water management. Dikes, canals, and pumping stations form a vast network of defenses that keep the land dry and habitable. Modern engineering marvels, such as the Delta Works and the Maaslandkering storm surge barrier, stand as testaments to human creativity and determination. The Dutch have transformed challenges into opportunities, developing sustainable solutions that protect both people and the environment. One shining example of this innovative spirit is the floating pavilion in Rotterdam. This cutting-edge structure, built on the water, showcases the possibilities of living sustainably in a changing climate. With its futuristic domes and eco-friendly design, the pavilion is a living laboratory for new ideas in architecture, energy, and urban planning. It symbolizes Rotterdam's reputation as a city of innovation, a place where bold ideas are not just imagined, but brought to life. Of course, no exploration of Dutch life would be complete without sampling the local cuisine. Food in the Netherlands is a celebration of comfort, flavor, and tradition. Start your day with a stroopwafel, a thin, caramel-filled waffle that pairs perfectly with a hot cup of coffee. Indulge in poffertjes, tiny, fluffy pancakes served with a dusting of powdered sugar and a pat of melting butter. For the adventurous, there's raw herring, eaten with onions and pickles, a delicacy that's as Dutch as the canals themselves. Cheese markets offer wheels of Gouda and Edam, while bakeries tempt passers-by with fresh breads and pastries. Dutch markets are a feast for the senses, bustling with life and color. The Albert Kuip market in Amsterdam stretches for blocks, offering everything from fresh produce to exotic spices, flowers, and clothing. In The Hague, De Haagse Markt is one of the largest open-air markets in Europe, drawing locals and visitors alike. Here you can browse stalls piled high with fruits, vegetables, and international delicacies, chat with friendly vendors, and soak up the lively atmosphere. Markets are more than places to shop. They are hubs of community, where stories are shared and cultures converge. What truly brings the Netherlands to life, however, are its people. The Dutch are known for their friendliness, directness, and keen sense of humor. Striking up a conversation is easy, whether in a cafe, on a bike path, or at a neighborhood festival. Learning a few simple Dutch phrases, like hallo, hello, dank je wel, thank you, or hoe gaat het, how are you, can open doors and deepen connections. Hospitality and curiosity go hand in hand, and visitors are often struck by the warmth and openness they encounter. The Netherlands is also a leader in sustainability and green energy. Windmills, once symbols of the past, have been joined by modern wind turbines that generate clean power across the landscape. Solar panels gleam on rooftops, and cities invest in electric buses, car-sharing programs, and green spaces. The Dutch commitment to environmental stewardship is evident in everything from recycling initiatives to sustainable urban planning. Communities work together to reduce waste, conserve energy, and create a healthier future for all. Education and innovation are at the heart of Dutch society. Universities like TU Delft are renowned worldwide for their cutting-edge research and commitment to solving global challenges. Here, students and professors collaborate on projects that range from renewable energy to robotics, shaping the technologies of tomorrow. Innovation hubs and startup incubators thrive in cities like Eindhoven and Amsterdam, where creativity and entrepreneurship are nurtured. Libraries in the Netherlands are more than repositories of books. They are vibrant centers of learning, culture, and community. Modern libraries often feature interactive exhibitions, makerspaces, and digital resources, reflecting the Dutch belief in lifelong learning. Smart cities embrace technology to enhance urban living, from energy-efficient buildings to digital infrastructure that connects residents in new ways. The future is being built here, one idea at a time. Yet, amid all this progress and modernity, the Dutch never lose sight of their roots. Traditions are cherished, whether it's gathering for a family meal, celebrating local festivals, or maintaining centuries-old customs. The balance between innovation and tradition is delicate but dynamic, allowing the Netherlands to honor its past while embracing the possibilities of the future. In every corner of this remarkable country, you'll find evidence of a society that values connection, creativity, and care. From the gentle rhythm of bicycles rolling along the canals to the cutting-edge designs rising on city skylines, from the warmth of a shared meal to the thrill of a national celebration, the Netherlands is a place where everyday life is infused with wonder. This is the story of a small country with endless wonders, a land where history, innovation, and community come together to create something truly special. Whether you're cycling through sun-dappled streets, savoring a stroopwafel at a bustling market, or marveling at the ingenuity that keeps the sea at bay, the Netherlands invites you to discover its magic, one experience at a time.